Okie dokie. Let's see. Should be coming in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll explain. Let's make sure everything's coming in hot. Let's see. I just came in here like 10 minutes ago, so I'm sure something's just technically wrong here. Am I coming in? Beep beep. Yep. Okay. Cool. Calibrate that. How are we doing? Let me know if you're here. Give me a hello. I see some people, but I can't see without any comments. Okay. It's looking alright. It is. This is probably a... Is this like a better time to start? You know, like for me, PST is like 12:30. So maybe this is like after lunch for some people. It's like they're not trying to make lunch while I'm starting, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, let's make sure everything's working here. I'm coming in. No data. I guess for the stream health. Can't see. We had a weird internet outage. Sort of like a half. It's like half the stuff internet-wise didn't connect, but some devices did. So I don't know. We're not. We're good or not. Okay. Let's swap over. Okay. Let me just kind of relax a bit. So we're gonna be here. I think I'll still do the 2.5 hours, so might go technically a little bit longer today, time-wise, in real time, I guess. But we'll see. Welcome, real fan. Welcome. I'm doing good. I was just super nervous trying to get back home as soon as I can. So hopefully this is. I'm trying my best here, right? Thank you. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, I won't give specific details on what it was, because it's a local event and it's kind of like very intertwined to where I live. So it's like if I say what it is, you'd be like, oh, that's where you live. So I'd rather not say. That's probably enough clues, you know, for you guys. So don't look too far into this, please. But yeah, so I went there. It was like a family thing, you know, kind of a fun event for the whole city, an event. A lot of people there, like several hundred. Excuse me. So it was I had fun. Yeah, it was nice. But in back of my mind, I was like, I gotta get back as soon as I can to see you guys. So yeah, but yeah, I'm doing good. I was just really nervous. And I was like, what if this goes on for too long or something? You know, I can see how early I can bail out. But yeah, personally now I just need to do some deep breathing and relax a bit, and then I'll be better. Here we go. Let's see if I can get a motion for that. Where I can do this. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? I don't even know. I think I was working on Zip's puppet. Zip Storm's character puppet this past week. I worked on her wings and colored those in, and then set up her puppet. So I don't think I messed with this file too much. Let's just go ahead and see what we got. I can get the fade-ins. So this is Toon Harmony. This is software. So people are gonna keep asking. Actually, people don't really ask, which I appreciate. This does kind of get redundant. Let's see. And then she stops. So I didn't get too far into it. Let me see if I can get the storyboards in here, turn the background off. So what you're supposed to do is do a flip around, and then her alicorn wings and horn will like disappear as she's flying off, and then she'll be like, all right, and then she like looks down, gets a little nervous, and then zips down, and then she's falling through the sky down. Zip and Pip would like to change. Oops, I would like to change their background. I think. So I don't know, just plain makes any sense. I was thinking of being closer to Maritime Bay. You know, you like see her like above the city skyline. You can just see like this small thing falling down, and then to catch her. Let's see if I can turn off Sunny. Let's just do the storyboard while I say hello to you guys. Good to see you. Let's see, hi Cartoons and Cookie. Oh, good Cookie. Because I saw that Star's not gonna apparently be here. He's busy, so that's good. We got some moderator. Thank you so much. Hi guys. Alrighty, thank you. Let's see. I kind of said at the top why I'm a little bit late, or maybe you guys don't even notice, so I don't know. I tried to warn you guys like yesterday, saying like, ooh, I'm thinking that this event might go on for a little while, a little longer than I expect. So yeah. The weather is I was outside, so it was actually not too bad. In the Pacific Northwest, we get very hot summers and very cold winters, so kind of get used to it. And but yeah, remember like on national TV, like, you know, it's like, oh no, the Southwest is having like horrible, really disastrous, you know, tragedies practically, and then and local in the news is like, oh yeah, in the Pacific Northwest, it's hot, I guess, which is bad, but it's like, that's our worst, you know, we want us tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff, and it's like, over here, it's hot, you know, that's our, like, danger, you know, what we got, so, it's actually not too bad, it's pretty humid. Let me see what the weather is right now. 72 right now, humidity 53, wind 8 miles per hour. Looks like it's gonna get a little bit chillier, or actually it's gonna get a little bit hotter until 7, and then it's gonna dip down. Looks like one of the highs is gonna be like a 75 around 5 or so. So I don't know what that is in your Celsians and stuff. What do you gotta use, radians to figure out? You gotta use square to pi to figure out what your weather is. Let's see. So what should we work on? Because I can either wrap up, clean it up, zips puppet, or I can go back to here. I think I want to add like maybe like one more thing there. I think that'd be more interesting to get zip in here, because then she'll be in this shot, and then we can start working on her here. Let's do that. Let's switch over. Hello. Get the heat, or please let it in heat. I run cold-blooded. I've been known since I was a kid that's like, I'm gonna switch things here. Hang on as I switch files. I run cold-blooded, so when I'm in a pretty hot area, I'm like wearing a coat and like trying to, you know, 80s and 90s are like, oh, that's pretty warm, and I was like, yeah, it's all right. So I think for me, it's like, it's not really unbearable until it's like much more, like hundreds and, you know, boiling boiling temperatures to be like, uh-oh, that's where it gets hot. So for me personally, it's like, oh, I'm good with these, you know, 80s and 90s and 70s and stuff. 70s pretty good, but yeah. But because I run so cold, usually I have to have a lot of space heaters and air stuff to warm me up. So right now I have a blanket on. I think my current temperature is nice, 69 at my desk. Yeah. Here's Zip. So I did get her wing set up. So now she can flap. This is her wing animation. Let me know how that looks. As I'll go and find what I want. I want to add another node to connect to her head. So with this little red dot that I'm gonna do, what did I call the other ones? I have a couple other ones over here. These little dots. Oh, I did call them help. Well, there you go. Okay, so what I want to do is connect this into a composite down here. And then we make a circle. That's the same color as this. And we'll add a circle. Beep. Says we are our helper connect to, let's see where I can put it. I can put it here like above her head. So that we always be somewhat close to her. There we go. I was just trying to translate it. It's very hot. Okay. Yeah. I can never really tell. But yeah, the problem is that when it's winter time, that then it gets not fun for me. And it's like, uh-oh. I gotta super find some ways to get warm. I can have this be more centralized, maybe. Oh yeah, I also changed her hair up here style a little bit. So her top mane is a little bit less. I had like more spikes, like a little spike that went up here and on the other side. So I simplified that. I also added a little bit of blue, a little stripe here, which on the drawing model looks more like this. So it's symmetrical, and so it doesn't have to like flip when she's looking the opposite way. So when it's here, it's actually just the same shape, but it's just on this side. So I thought that was kind of good economic use of that. Using the same drawing, but it just like happens to be symmetrical. So when you put it on this side, it's just like the other side of it. So cool. Let's see what else. I think I need to. Actually, I don't think. No, it's because let's see. I'm trying to think what I need to make a new master controller or like redo the master controller so that can fit. I don't think you need to because it's. I could just stay there as she moves her head. It's not integrated into her rotate head mode, so I think we should be good. One thing is that I see her. I was playing around with this yesterday, and I saw that her like back wing kind of shows up behind her neck, and it's like it should be here. So I'm not sure why that happens, but it shouldn't be too much of a deal breaker to like move forward with this version. But I got a mouse controller slider to be able to choose which frame on this slider on the left. So I think it's pretty okay-ish. Gotta have her flap. Probably need to clear that out. Yeah, I'll save no. Bap, bap, bap. Accepting these new models with game no CG putting animations. Well, I do have them downloaded. I just feel like with using Hasbro and Hasbro adjacent assets, you know, directly. If I use these to animate, I would feel a little weird. That's why I always make my own stuff and always try to keep it 90% similar, not to be 100% or actually using these exact models. But I use these for good references and using it in this kind of context to be like, what does her hair look like from this angle? And then seeing like, because I was looking at it and it's like there's no blue streak here, and so I was like, okay, but in the 2D version it has a blue right here, so I'm like, I don't know. But I've seen so many other fan art that's like has the blue part there, so like I might as well, and it looks cooler. Because if you take it out, then it does kind of look weird. So, like, yeah, I have considered using it maybe for personal project, maybe just to fool around with it. You know, I have tried to play with the different, there is some rigging to it, there is some, shape keys and like mouth shapes and mouth, eyes and stuff can all move. But, I think for using these in a stream project or worse, like, Yoshi Greenwater video, I don't feel comfortable using this kind of stuff. Even if they're not made by Hasbro themselves, I just feel like if it's be part of a Hasbro product in some way. So, I know there's been leaks for like the 2D G4 characters, where those, a couple of those, like the Wonderbolts characters, like way long ago, those got leaked. And so, I mean, I did kind of play around with them a little bit, but it's like I'm not gonna definitely copy and paste them into my project and then animate them and then say like, look, I made this, or I have to credit it, and it's like it just gets copyright confusing. So it's like it's just easier to not, you know. Yeah, the easiest is just to like not do it at all, use them. So I feel like that's my stance on it, is to use them for reference and then make something new out of it, and then you don't have to worry about it because you made it yourself. And I guess for other people, I guess for that is to, yeah, use references as references. Because like my version is not 100% accurate to any of these, really. Even in wings when they open, you know, I've made my own design where it's like not exactly how this looks. There's like some gradients and different shapes and stuff. So I'd rather it be not one-to-one. It's gonna be like, oh look, it's similar, but it's not the same. So that's where I am with that. What I want to do is just delete these frames and then add them back in, and then they should be all, remove the keyframes from it, so different poses. I think that'll be good. I think I'll make this into a library thing, and if I change anything, I'll have to go back in here and change it, but it should be fine. We're at to modify. Let's see. Hello, Twinkles. Wait. What's up, Yoshi Green? That's not my name. It's not my full name. Thank you. Doing good. I think I've just gotta do some good breathing exercises and just kind of slow down, because I've had to run home. I live not that far away. Hey, Daybreak. This is Midnight Mirror's character. I had to like run home from the event that caused me like a half-hour delay. Look at her go. Where somebody's? Oh yeah, I got the walk behind. Look at her go. What am I doing? I'm gonna select all of Zip, and then see where she stops. Shadow. So she stops there. But yeah, I had fun. I was just trying to get back home. Select here. And then kind of see what frame I think ends on. So I want to capture every frame here, so I think it ends here. I'm going to move this over, and then see if I have to. Not that much. That should be good. Trying to capture all these frames here, from the zip shadow all the way up to the folder. I don't think this one's going to be important. And then you just kind of drag it, put it into the library, and we'll call it zip puppet, because I think some of these other ones are Sunny. Where's Sunny? Sunny V1, V2. Anyway, that should be good. Now it's a template. So green. I feel like it just doesn't roll off the, because my original intention of using Greenwater was to make it sound like a legit like full name. That's what I explained in the FAQ at the preview template generate demos. What I wanted to do for the Facebook account that I made a while ago, like 10 years ago, I wanted a name that sounded like a proper name. And so I was like, okay, Greenwater sounds official, being like 13 years old at the time. It's like, I want a cool name. So, chose that. So I feel like any kind of shortening of it feels too improper or less, less, whatever. I can't think. I'm thinking of 10 things at once. I'm going to switch back. It's okay. Switch files. I also think of Green Puppy from Blue's Clues. And like Green Puppy was like a bully. And so I was like, I don't want to associate with that. Okay. It's not mouth chart. What's this? Oh, I'm selecting one of the thingies here. Okay. So I switch files. Should be able to see Sunny now. Let's go back to zip. And so now that we're part of the library, it's like I can take I put her inside of a book, and then I put her inside the library. And so now I can take that book out and then put it back into a new file. And so now she should be here. Beep. So we go back to frame 1. This is where she would be. There we go. So now we got her in here. Yay. Okay. I don't think I made her larger. I think I can just kind of squish her down. There we go. So now we got friends. Nice. Where is the... There we go. That's been off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to clip this, take it out, zip MC. Just want to do swap to zip MC. So now it should be this. If I then move this over, we can then have zips way over here. So I can do that. Let's see if this swaps to... Okay, it doesn't swap positions, but I guess that's okay. You'd have to like click it and then move it over, but that's gonna be fine. I haven't used this method in a while, or I think ever. I'm trying to get new. Let me try a lot of this. Let's give her composite for fun. Looks like I had the for special Sunny's special effects there. zip. What's that color? I don't think there's no white, but I think we can get maybe this hot pink. Squish this in. And we want Pip as well, but I don't think I'll be able to. She's not ready yet. I just spent so long trying to get Zip in, so it's that ain't gonna happen. To make the Derpy YouTuber all by yourself. Yes. Obviously I had the art assets from my regular cartoons. And so I was able to take those assets and like put them into Photoshop and then do a very elaborate rigging process to get it into Character Animator, Adobe Character Animator, and then get it set up from there. But yeah, so I had to do a ton of work. I mean, this puppet has been a long time coming. It's still not perfect, but it's been a year or so of improving it over time and adding different hats as well. Let's see. Hi Dakota, welcome. I don't know. We should go Wahoo. Let's see if we can just do that real quick. So we should kind of squish down and then go Wahoo. Something like that. Obviously take like way long to figure that out. Where did she go? Oh yeah, I don't have exposure for zip. So let's go back out here. So we're gonna go to zip and see that she disappears. So remember when I did the library, I only selected the amount of frames that I needed, hopefully. I'll have to test it. But now I can go to the end of the timeline and then add exposure. And so now she should be visible throughout the entire timeline. So she should be here now. Yeah. There we go. Big questions. Here we can play around with it to like, like remove her or like place her in a different position. I think I'll just kind of put her off to the side for now. Because it's somewhat easier to like keep track of it if it's off to the side. That's how 3D games work, which is like, oh, you just put it underneath the ground when you don't need it, and then when you need to call it in, you just literally just bring up the object into place, snap it in. This is what the animation will look like, so don't worry about her being over here. She'll be fine. I would like to find out where these buttons are. Huh. I'll have to figure that out. Are all your streams in a pony way? I would think so. I think I've done, like 9 out of 10 would be pony. I think I've done those miscellaneous ones and April Fool's ones, usually are a little bit different. But I think, oh yeah, here it is. Just on the general be all pony related. I did Passport 2 with some Bob Ross painting streams. So those are really fun. I want to go back to those. I want to go back to maybe doing a collab or something. Because I know with Cookie and others, my moderators, I think it might be fun to go back to having them be on stream as well. It's been a while, and especially since I've now got a real job, it's like I gotta figure out how to also time-wise that. So it's about as much real time as I have free time to work on pony stuff. Because otherwise during the day it's like I have to work, and it's just like I want to work on my movie instead. So yeah, MC what I'll do is select this, I think, and then say function checkbox toggle enable node and call it zip. Okay, put it on the, what is this called, MC viz beep. And I see you. It's been forever since Bob Ross. Well, the problem with Bob Ross was that I got copyrighted where I wasn't able to do it without it seemed like a new distributor got the rights to Bob Ross, and so they were like on YouTube saying like, oh no, we can't do that, we're gonna make it so you can't get money now for doing this now. So I was kind of now scared as I got to then play along or like try to do some other craziness to like make it so that I can do it without it algorithmically finding it. So I was like, at that point I was like, let's put them on hold. But they're super fun and I love doing them, but I don't know if it's worth it to a point to like trying to make sure that I skirt around trying to make sure I don't get in trouble with them. I would love to do it, but yeah, it would just be me to have to do a Bob Ross, but then usually I like to have it have the video next to drawing it, so I'd have like a picture so you can see the drawing itself as I was working on it. And so that was the problem, is that you'd be able to see what is now the copyrighted material. I'm gonna reorder these. So now we have sunny zip background storyboard. So this only is like a this little checkbox only works for, where does zip go? I don't know. What? Where's zip? Let's check on that. Let's put these back. Beginning of the timeline here. Beep. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, this box only is for like debugging in a way. That doesn't really mean that during the animation she doesn't like disappear if I click it. It just means that for now, just be able to actually be able to see it, whether or not. Like if I want to, during animation, as I work on it, whether or not I can see it. So it's nice, but at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't actually mean that that it actually goes invisible, which would be nice, but it's probably needs to be another version or two to get that going. Oh, they're looking at us. Oh no. Yeah, so hit me up, Cookie, if you want to do something like a collab or something like we did with the Halloween ones, or like the more like Spitball, or like the games, like the drawing games or Pictionary type of thing. I'd love to go back and do that. Okay, so for this shot, this is where be able to click on and off these things. So one frame in. Okay, so now we can put zip in and get her into the right position. Beep. I'm still debating on what kind of layout I want for this. I'll figure it out though. Or we can figure it out now. That right now I have her facing that way. And then I think, as you call it, since your stream, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we just need to figure out like what kind of game or anything you would like to do. Maybe when Passport 2 comes out. I don't think there's any multiplayer with that. Or I guess there's also like the Steam or video game, GG5 game. I think that has somewhat remote gameplay. I tried it with my dad, but it seemed to like kind of glitch out to the point that it's like it's not really. It would like glitch out enough that it's like the you would like control both characters. I would control both characters at the same time, and so like that wasn't gonna work out. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of like the spitballing to like figure out what's possible or not. Just gotta figure out. Stupid wing it still in a position that I would like to not have it. There we go. So she could be like here and then like and just kind of like look up and then fly off. So I might want to have a rear 3/4 view, which just means that you can see like her butt in like a turnaround way. With this kind of view, where you have like 3/4 front view, like this. But then there's also like looking away into the distance. Where then the eyes here and then the mouth's there. So Barbara's not out to like completely reconstruct her whole body to have that happen. So it'd be a big ass at this point to figure that out. Let's see. What about doing another drop pile? Drop pile? I forgot which one that is. It's been so long too for that. Oh, is that the just regular drawing one where you don't have to? There's no prompt in a way. It's not a game. Let me figure out how large Sunny is here. 0.89. 0.83. Let's see if that even worked. That's actually probably correct. Okay. Cool. Do a fun like request stream. Yeah, because I mean, way back when, you know, I didn't have many people to bounce ideas off, which we're doing okay. Thank you guys. But yeah, it definitely came like dead. I feel like whenever we ask people for input, that's when people kind of shut away and go, oh, I don't want to actually do anything. It's like, no, please. You know, there's a time when it's like we want, you know, suggestions, and it's like if everyone kind of gets quiet, then it's like, oh, well, okay. So, but if you guys are bored listening and just kind of hanging out with us, and it's still fun, but we have to, when we plan on having more interactive streams where it's like, hey, give us an idea, and then it gets kind of more awkward. It's like, oh, well, no one's helping us out. It's like one of those improv kind of groups where it's like, you're not, I need an idea from the audience, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, no one's actually suggesting anything. What do we do now? So, I'm just scared of stuff like that. So, we need to be something strong, which we kind of had to improv our way out of it, which was not ideal, you know. Let's see. I'm kind of scared to like animate the zip right now because I don't know the what the whole composition will look like. Maybe we could just work on that. Yeah, let's work on that. So, let's redo the storyboards, I think, first. Let's get Pip and then redraw her pictures here. So we could have her face the other way, maybe. That might be easier here. Sorry, running able to give us prompts. Yeah, you can either be in voice chat or the opposite of that. To help us out. This will be Pip, and then I think from here to here. Whoa. Let's just see what she does. I think she just gets, yeah, she gets a little bit more small. If I line up her legs, I think we'll be good with that. I think her head should swap around. I don't know if this works. It does not. It'd be nice if that worked. So I think there's a flip. It's gotta be a flip button. I don't think this works. So I did like manually swap it around. So instead she's gotta look up, turn her head the opposite way. That feels good, but I just know how much more complex that's gonna be, because then she has to, her hair is pretty complicated. It's like rarities, where it's like just kind of like goes around and then it kind of, it's so complicated that to like do a bunch of sprinkles here to like even get something that looks okay. And I just gotta flip her whole body around. So if I can somehow avoid that, but then have them, the two of them, kind of look at each other, that'd be nice. For some reason we got zip already kind of. Looks like it kind of be more thick brush. There's zip, and then she can look over and then fly off. If I could somehow get this angle, that'd be nice, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Let's see. I don't know. It has like intense curls that kind of go in 3D space and have gradients and lines that kind of connect, and it's like you can't really figure it out without having like a whole diagram. So yeah. And that's the power of like using puppets, is that you can just draw that once, and then for the entire series you can just use that same drawing and then have it be on every frame and just kind of have it work from there. So there are benefits to using puppets, and efficiency, and like be able to, you know, reuse assets, and be able to not have to worry too much about perspective if you do it correct. If you do it correct the first time, then you don't have to worry about having it be wrong throughout. Let's see. So I think I want to switch this to Maritime Bay. That's what I want to do for that. These are just to remove this, and then let's have like a city street. So on this sidewalk. Let's see, I'm just gonna rough this in. Obviously this isn't gonna be anywhere perfect, but at least we can make, I had to play with more perspective or something to really get this going. Because now we got much taller. Much taller stuff now. And cobblestone. Okay, so we want to switch. Is everything on the same layer? Yes. So I can select this sun, move this cloud up here. Get some more stuff in here. And then we'll have to do like a camera move that somehow reveals this somehow. This may not work the way that I want to do it. Let's turn off Sunny. There. D. So yeah, that's not gonna work because we need her to be way up here. And so you'll only be able to see her like way up here. And then we use the camera to do a camera move. Whoop. Maybe it zooms out, which means we need to use the top view. Move this out in the Z space. Tween it. Do I have any more? Okay. We'd like this to be a little bit eased. We'll have to retime a lot of this. But for now, yeah, it's a little fast. Let's get rid of the script. Don't need that. It just hides it. When it's red, it just means that it's not visible at the moment. But it will, I think, render, or at least in the output, when you actually get the cartoon out, it'll, it might still work. It seems to be 50-50 whether or not it actually works like that, so I'm not sure. Give me Sunny. So we might be able to see her like here. And so that's how we see her slowly. Might have to extend the background a little bit as well. So now we can leap. Select this. Select these, and start to move. Get a more full background out of this. Yeah, it's got to be retimed a lot to get this to work. Way too quick. So I'm thinking it would be a little bit more like, oh, because I want to be able to see her fall for like a long time, so it has to be like really small, and then they have to, something still has to like alert them. Let me turn off zip for now. Get these guys. What do you guys think? Is there something I can do. Want to flip her around? Maybe they're. Maybe they could be both facing this way. And then they could be talking to each other. And then they look up behind them. And then the problem is that I want easier because my puppets are more front facing. So if there was a way to have it so I don't have to use a back view, because my puppets are all, they all look, you know, towards the camera. So if I use, they can only really turn their head about this much, and their body can only go front view and then to the side a little bit. And so trying to create a composition that can have everything feel forwardish with the character models, but then have her look into the distance and then see Sunny fall. But I know at some point I will need to make a back view for them, but if there is somehow a creative way to have it so that they don't, then I would appreciate that. So that's what I'm trying to figure that out. With the Paper Derpy movie, all the backgrounds are in 3D and the character models are all flat, so you can get away with using the same like 3/4 front view a lot in a lot of cases. I do occasionally use the back views, but because I'm using these new models, I don't quite have everything set up to the point that I would just need to I know at this point I probably could have just drawn it already, but I'm sure that there's probably some way I could figure that out. Let's see in the meantime what else I can. Probably need to retime this anyway, but I can't really retime without knowing what I'm doing as well. Let's go to this. Oh yeah, now Pip's going the opposite way. No, Pip. Yeah, go this way. For now, I'll work on the last background and see what we got. So shine here needs a keyframe. I have her much smaller here. Maybe I can play with that as well. Back clouds could be down. The sky could be a little taller. And I would like some effect here. This is gonna be confusing because I want zip lines, which are, I know, sounds like zip line and zip. So if I just call it zip lines background, maybe that'll not be confusing. Hopefully. Okay. Go down there. Don't crash. Add a peg. Okay. So why don't I just make some like 2 or 3 frames and then make them into a loop. And I could probably use my X sheet to figure that out. So what I want is, let's make I forget what color this is. And then make a duplicate of it. Zip line. Not make it a gradient, but just use a solid of this color. Make it a little bit brighter. And then we'll make some shards or some sort of brisk lines. Let me figure that out. Check Discord. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me bring that into here. Boop. Okay. Okay. So we're using a reflection. Shop window, suddenly falling in reflection. That's clever. Okay, we still get the Maritime Bay. We could have a... Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to see more ideas coming out of from looking at this. Oh yeah, my mouse cursor is also in that block of cheese. So don't worry about that. I see a line here as if they're rotating in their head. So we're gonna give me more looking at each other and then look towards the camera. And then that's how you see it's like maybe like they're having fun and then maybe like add corner of their eye. They would see. You have to be very specific of how you see that. I can see this working. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was a lot of inspiration all at once. I'll have to explain it as I go. Let me get some lines here and I'll have some more time to think about it. Let's see if I can get a cool looking line. Made it being a reflection in a window to save using the back of their heads. That's nice. Yeah. Will this be thicker? Let's go 50. Yeah, that's a chunky. I want some chunky lines here. You know. So what I want is make a whole bunch of lines like this. And then we'll have them have, whoop. See if there's any that are kind of askew. And then drawing substitutions will then get selected and add a new drawing. So now we're on frame 2. Onion skin. And then draw similar lines, but then some of them kind of are above. Kind of going above where those ones started. Sorry, I had to swap through there. And let's add one more new. And then add another random lines. Kind of go through all through here. Okay. So what I do is hopefully with Xsheet I should be able to cycle these these frames. So one. So I can select it, zip lines. Can't really see it. So I want it to go 1 frame, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm not sure if this will work. I'm not actually sure how this works of let's see. Drawings. This is a very specific Toon Boom thing, so I'm trying to... I see paste special and paste cycle. Copy cells, and then paste cycle. Number of cycles. There are 3 frames, so maybe just like 10, that'd be 30, that should be good. So what I see is that it goes 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, which is not what I expected. So I'm not actually sure why that happened. That was weird. But what we can do is maybe... That's zoom. You have to like click on it. Double click. 2, 3. Nope. This is why it's a little tricky. I can do this. It's probably not the most efficient way. That's why there's supposed to be these cycles, but at least I know that this should work. And so now it should be... What if that's fast? So what we can do is select all these, exposure, set exposure to 2. And so now each of those now go for 2 frames instead. And actually they can end. Yeah, that's actually right there. We can end it here. And then when she gets caught, then we can like have it so that that stops. But for now, that should be good. Also, pip. And the storyboard is still going the opposite way. Just have to figure that one out. Just kind of flip her around like that. I think she's here. So that why is Sunny small? This is why you animate with pegs instead of drawings. Because otherwise you get these problems where they are now the wrong size. Turn off Sunny. And let's get Pip and make her... Oh, she's got to be a little smaller. Make sure that she doesn't... Where does she move? Keyframe there. There we go. Let's get all these guys and lift them up. So we should have something like that for the end. Cool. Okay, let's work on that picture. Oh, jeez, look at this. Looking at my no view up here. Jeez. Okay, that's a lot. I know what everything is, so that's where everything's labeled. If there weren't the boxes and like a little text to say what they are, it'd be a lot more confusing. So, we got that at least. So let's go back and go back to this shot, and I think for the background I will make a new drawing in case this one messes up, just so I have a new picture. So let's make the storefront. Start with the window. Start with a color that I like. Let's see what this color is. Something a little thicker. That should be good. Sort of, let's make it more centered. This could be some sort of establishment. Add some bricks. Gives them some texture. Turn them off. Okay. And then Okay. So I think she changes pictures and moves down. Let me grab her on the peg layer. Just can't see her. And then let's remove the camera as well. And that doesn't mess me up. Move that so I can get things aligned. Find out where this is, and then move her down a little bit. A little trick I told you about last time is that you can just remove the keyframe from before, and that means that it stays in the position that it was previously. So I don't have to worry about that. She kind of speeds up at the end, but okay. Let's remove this whole exposure. Okay. So now we're gonna draw Pip and Zip. Which one's which? Got Pip on the left. We can do that. And then we'll have to draw new pictures, but that's fine. Those will be worth it. It's about 2:30. Good time to go to the dentist. 2:30. Okay. So I have a couple frames, but we'd rather just start from scratch because now this is all messed up. That's fine. So I'm Pip. I'm on first frame. So I'll draw her pretty big. What's her hair look like? She's got the thing. And so that all kind of droops around. And they're always stick figures. For being a new generation, I feel like their hairstyles aren't the most, you know, complex. It is interesting. I feel like, especially if they knew that, you know, G5 was going to have 3D models, you think they'd be a little bit more experimental or more interesting, I guess. Because I think some people pointed out that, like, the older Tails are basically the same kind of swoopy. They all kind of are this kind of arc. We're all just kind of like, what our tails are like this shape. And it's like, whose tail is of G5 did I draw? And it's like, you can't tell. You all got that. So it's like, okay. So I guess he's a little bit better, and especially shows off the hair physics and simulation. But they had to like completely downgrade it with the Make Your Mark 3D series. So I was like, that's not even worth it at that point then. And it's like, wow, you spent so much time making the hair simulation, but then to actually make it into a more faster rendering, then you gotta like downgrade it so much. So I don't know. Hair physics issues. Yeah, it's simulation. Would be that. Where it's just like, okay, you keep it simple, but then they made it too complex with Fizzy. To the point that's like, okay, you gotta like completely make it shorter and simpler. So it's like, it's not even the same Same hairdo at the point where it's like it's so short. What's this line? Not there. Okay. Always like to mess with drawings afterward. Just kind of paying for it. I like to move both of them at the same time, but that's fine. I think I have rule of thirds. Yeah, there we go. Let's put her nose at this corner, and then put her nose at this corner, and make it a little bit lower. Squish her. If you can't tell or can't see, that's there we go. Put up a guide ruler kind of thing. Magic rule of thirds. It's just like it's wanted to look compositionally a little bit good. So I can put their noses at the right places there. And then if you just kind of look at that, it's like, that looks not bad compositionally. So it's nice. So I'll probably use that in the final characters. Let's go here. So we could do what's the next step? Should I zoom in a little bit and then I want a cool like superhero like pull out and then they get their wings out and then they fly out towards us maybe and like fly above us towards the camera. So that'll be zoom out. So I'm thinking something like that. That'll be fun. So let's try that. So meanwhile, Sunny is slowly drifting down. And then we'll get a new picture of Pip. Excuse me, who will kind of turn towards the camera. Pip a little bit later. Doesn't have to be later, but I just feel like it's so that they're desynchronized. Okay, and then I need more time. So let's go back out here. Here's the entire everything. They're all in folders. So what I want to do is extend this by a bit and add more time. Well, I guess we could just retime it now. We could have a little bit more time here. It's a lot of stuff, so it's trying to think way too much. Time here. And note that there's no dots here, so I can have a little bit more time there. We'll have to move this over. And then we get to zoom out. So let's add a keyframe here. Top. Up a little bit. So we get like a nice snap zoom. Zoom out. Move this over a little bit. Keyframe here. Between. We're gonna get into the stance. So we can add like 10 or so frames. Okay. That's where I want to change these guys' pictures. Let's now have more time. So when we zoom out, we'll swap them to a little bit better picture. New picture. Draw her head about the same. Usually just make it simpler because like I know what, you know, I already established what kind of character it is. It's like it doesn't matter at this point. What we got. Just gotta move maybe some of these over. Let's rotate the head. Maybe like looking up. Serious. I'll do pip and then get zip afterward. And then new picture. The only thing that changes is the wing. I lied. I think I need to move it a little bit. And then we need one more. Or then we get maybe like a turn of the whole body, and then we get something more. Something like that. We still get the same expression. So the thing is that we're flapping the wing, so the wings are actually down here. Like that, and then they fly off. So let's do that with zip. Same kind of hair. Probably want to move this over a little bit. Something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect again. Actually, it's, yes, it goes up and then down. I do the shift and trace where I kind of draw. If I know I want the same kind of proportions, I can kind of literally just kind of draw from the same shape by tracing it and then moving it into position where I want it to be. probably gonna crash into each other. So let's see if I can get Pip to be a bit more. I think the zip needs to be larger in size. So they're kind of coming towards us, I hope. Something like that. So now we got... have to retime that, but that's the idea. Starts back here. Let's add 2 frames here. Frame here. Let's add 1 frame here. Couple frames here. From there. Let's see how that works. Pretty quick, but I mean, these are just the main poses, so it's kind of hard to say like, oh, they're too fast when they're kind of just it's not enough in-betweens to really tell, I guess. I wonder if this works. I think that resets the position. Maybe one more. Oops. It's a little slow. It has to select a couple of thousand attributes at the same time, so it's not quite ideal to do multiple shots or camera moves or trying to put the whole cartoon into one file. Most studios and most even like hobbyists would put their different shots like this, like shot from here to here. They would have them be in different files. So it's not quite good, but obviously for efficiency and our that's not enough. Our purposes, it's a little bit I'm not counting, that's why I'm just kind of seeing where this takes me, and just kind of take me there. Okay, let's go back to beginning and then see where this lands, how this feels. We can keep editing it. Obviously, nothing's in stone for now. Bit of the feeling and all the ideas work here. We'll see. Oh boy, yeah, we got the ending. Needs to be a little longer. Also, their height's a little bit off. See that there's some keyframes there. So I'll probably have it end here. Let's kind of fix their positions. Ah. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. That should be fine for now. This is why we do a bunch of tests and all these kind of stuff to make sure that all the ideas and everything that I want to have happen in the story-wise, we can kind of debug it and make sure that everything works while we're figuring things out. See, my lines here need to be turned off. Oh boy. Yeah, this background is not the same anymore. So I have to like completely redo all these, but for this background, but that's fine. And then we'll have to figure out the Zip's new position. Sure, she's straight up vibing in there. Thank you, you definitely saved the cartoon, so I super appreciate that. Wait, we play with the little thirds. It's not like if you don't do it, then your cartoon's trash. It's just like, oh, if you use it, then it's like, oh, it's kind of helps the eye feel a little bit more. Sorry, Sonny. Feel like, oh, it's actually kind of looks okay, you know. But definitely not like, yeah. I mean, for all these rules I've explained a couple times, that's like, oh, you can do what you want, but there are some things that certain people will say if you don't do it, then it's like, oh, okay, it's fine. You've already been storyboarding, nice. Yeah, I've been working on the backgrounds in 3D modeling for the movie. Been making some nice progress. If you'd like to see some of those progress pictures, I do some updates on my Patreon, patreon.com/Yoshi Greenwater. Check the link in the description if you want to join for $1 a month. You can see some behind the scenes content and some fun stuff with that. So yeah. Hello, unicorn. Thank you. Sonny's a unicorn. Yeah. But yeah, I've been doing the 3D mindset, so I'm like, how does this work in 3D space rather than with how to compositionally figure this out. So my mindset's like in a different place. Let's put this a little bit sooner. So I'm going to remove a frame. Add a frame there. So there we go. What's that? I don't know. A lot of weird stuff that I want to might have to work on this on my own time to figure things out. But let's try and get Sunny's position. Let's see where which one of these is gonna move her. Okay. Ooh. And reflections are fun. So we can cold them out or mask them. What we can do now is just have her be on a tween as she's falling. And then having her, whoa, stretch her out like that. That's fun. Nope, don't go to the right. As her hair physics are not being happy. Tween it. Yay. Very nice. Okay, we're getting there. How we doing? Hour and a half? Okay. So we'll do maybe like another half hour of animating here. Whoop, that's the mic. Okay. So what I want to do We're gonna get a background real quick as the quick thing here. You know, because I spent so much time on this, maybe I should make. Should I make a new? Nah, it'll be fine. I can use the same stuff. I have to make more and redesign some of this. Hi, Zip. This guy. Let's see what it looks like zoomed out. So we'll have to top view, separate this. So it's there, and then add a keyframe, and then move it way in the back. I don't know why it's not snapping. And then make it real big. I think it needs to be this way. That's weird. Good. Let's make it bigger, and then move that point back there. Sun, same deal. Keyframe. Let's push it back into the distance. Can you even see it? There it is. Oh, it's about there. And let's move it into position. I hate that. Nickname. Yeah, I guess probably for another hour in total. So, yeah. We'll keep going. But I think for half hour of animation content, and then a half hour after that will be toaster time. So, something like that. I think for now I just want to get these background elements looking okay. Foreground. Oh, that's true. We need the background for the reflection. All this is basically for the reflection. That's what this is. And then we'll have another one way over here. Kind of push this over here, and then these will be and then we'll have another composite for the new stuff. So let's turn this one off. Let's turn Zip Sunny. So what I want now is what we see here, like the brick wall, the Maritime Bay building, and I think we might need a sidewalk, but we'll get to there. So this will be window itself doesn't need to be we will need a building, and we'll need a sidewalk, and that's weirdly as many drawing layers as I think we'll need, because we can make the building have a window in it and then do some crazy masking with that. These will just be quick layout versions of all these backgrounds, so I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time on making sure that these buildings won't be up to code or anything. Maritime Bay peg, and so let's zoom it out and then start building from there. So what we'll do is what do I want? I want some background color just for now. Maybe like a hot red or something. Desaturate it. Some gray. Give me a square. And then have it be about to there. Fill it. It might be easier with the window, just so I can play without that on its own. And then it would be, yeah, easier for you guys to understand. So let's do that actually. Let's make setup grid, that should be underneath as well. So let's swap these around and add something. Speaking of something, hello. Sorry I can't read your thing, but welcome, welcome. See if we can translate that quickly. Oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna, something about hurt. I'm worried she'll fall and get hurt. Oh yes, yeah. Sunny's she'll be okay. She gets caught at the end. The other Pegasus pick her up. So yeah, if that's what you're saying. Yeah, thank you. Window. Ah. Back there. I was thinking about how people, like, with frame by frame stuff, if they look at this and be like, what are you doing? Like, how much time is it to, like, make sure that this all looks, you know, how nice and organized these nodes look. And it's just like, I'm used to it. It's like, it's not a huge deal or any kind of, like, deal breaker that's like, oh, I have to work with nodes and how complicated this all is. And it's like, oh, I'm good. What I'll do is make window pane frame. Maybe center it. Because I have a guideline that I can use. And I want a smaller. So I can duplicate it. Nope. So I can get something like this. And fill this in. That's not. Yeah. Bring this down. This is kind of artwork that I had to do at for trophies. With that work, I have to do a lot of, like, making sure that these kind of, like, with text, I have to make sure that the text alignment is good. I have invisible colored. I should just use the same color so to stand out. And I will cut this and put this onto the color art layer. And so now I can do a lot of magic with this now that it's separated onto its own layer. And let's do that now. So, why am I using a mouse? Okay. How much time? We got about 20 minutes or so. Not timing it, but it's just like to just get a general feel for what I want. This line art will go in. Line art is this part, and then with the magic of color art, oh, it's not moving. Go back, go back. I hate that enter also does the playback. Let's see. Matters a bit. I don't know something. You're right, I don't understand. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't get it. It's this animation stuff is I understand how complicated this would look. Yeah. I've only done Toon Boom for like a year and a half, I think. Most of it was like on a real project. So I definitely had to learn the ropes of all this pretty quickly. So, and I've been following Toon tutorials even before Midnight Mirrors and all this kind of stuff of like real world understanding. Actually goes on all of this. We could do this. So I've had my time to like learn this in this program. Beep. That's the reverse of what we want. So we'll swap it. And there we go. Okay. So all these drawings of like all the inside stuff are now being cut by the color art. That was the window, the red part. And so now all of it is being cut by that shape of the window. If we put the building back in, and if we put the building below it, put the building below it, put this maybe on top. Might have to figure this out. I have to make a new composite just to put these two together. That's complicated. Let's see. Building's on top because... Let's see, so the cutter composite goes there, color art, line art, sidewalk. We don't have any sidewalk yet. Building's there. Line art of window can go on top. But the building, if I put it there, it still goes on top of all of this, even though it's being rendered. It goes left to right of how it renders. So I'm actually at a loss of Y. Probably because the building itself. What we could do is probably just add a keyframe and just kind of put it behind there. Use Z depth when in doubt. So I literally just squished it behind in space so that will work. There you go. Okay. Again, with the perspective that everything's actually in 3D space. So that's why that works. And so what I would like is to move this down. So just blocking it in, getting some basic colors. Let me fill that out. Whoa, it's jimmying. It's jimmying. Move this back there. Okay, so that should be good. Okay. See if there's any holes. Okay. Then sidewalk. This whole composite here doesn't make any sense. Let's get rid of that. What did that do? Oh, it's just selecting it. Okay, cool. That composite didn't do anything. What I want is sidewalk on top. Let's remove the building. And then let's draw new asset. Get one of these colors. Make it a little bit darker. And get a rectangle. Fill that in. And then we'll have like add like perspective lines to make it look. Let's get a darker color. So I can let's make that a little darker. Perspective lines like this. They kind of radiate from the center to get some depth. Quick way to do that. So now we got like a weird room looking kind of design, but yeah. So now if we add zip in, now she's standing in the place. Let me zoom out. Look at that. So there we go. Okay. So what we need is probably have the background here, or I guess I can go to sidewalk and space behind. Keyframe. If I move that back, that actually doesn't work. So maybe getting rid of that keyframe. That won't do anything. So in like the building layer, we would need to make some sort of, you know how some buildings have like some sort of design at the bottom. I don't know what they're called, where you can get some sort of brick design, border, baseline type of thing. Get some other color. Fill this in. Looks like it's the window color, but that's fine. I just want a separator brick layer. Move this over. It's getting stuck. That creates a separator. New color. Get this. And get that. What I want to do is move this outline. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, after the event I got some lemonade, but didn't really have a breakfast, so I'm probably gonna get something right after this. Get something to eat. Okay. Let's see where we are. So I think we need to make sure that everything starts and ends on the right frames. And so everything should have keyframes. Not really keyframes, but just like drawing exposure frames. I don't know. It's a little hard to think about. Because they're like separated by channel, like whether or not they're visible or not. They're not like posing keyframes. They're just visibility exposure pictures. Looks like our sidewalk got destroyed. So there we go. Yeah. Okay. Also, what I'll do is play with the camera. Play with the easing. So I can have like 40, 10. We'll play with that. Okay, what do we got? I play with the Z depth of the background, so that's fine. Let's get Sunny in here. See if she's still on top. Good. Okay. Still on top of everything. And then we get that. We need to put Sunny into the mask inside. And as well as add a reflection layer between layer on top. So let's put the liner can still be there, but then we can copy and paste this onto the overlay layer, then add a overlay layer subcomponent, put that on top, and then that should be, that's the line art there. I want it to not be on there. I want this cut overlay. Let's see what you got. Is Cookie still here? Because I'm having trouble with trying to get these. Looks like Russian. She went through a wall. Yeah, we're fixing that. Almost there. Okay. Yeah, Cookie, if you can help with the Russian translations, or at least to tell them to try speaking English or try to use Google Translate so I don't have to. Okay, that's what I want to do. on the window overlay layer. Line art. So what I'll do is copy and paste this onto the line art. So my copy paste sometimes doesn't work. Oh well. Change this into a different color. Start with this. And then lower the opacity on these guys. So it should be there. Okay. Window, overlay. Set another rectangle of this color. I want to put some sort of beam in here, but obviously she'll be gone from that, so I'm not sure at that point what I should do. Let's add a stroke instead. Seems to be some shiny little lines there. Start with this color. Let's see if I could just color this in and see what happens. Nope. Okay. G for gradient? Okay. And then rotate these. Looks like these aren't the same. It's because they're... Nope. Want these to be the same. Nope. Flatten onto the same drawing, but that seems to not be working. Oops. There we go. At least we got some shininess to it. And then, so we need to somehow have Sunny work inside of this contraption that we got here. So she's not flinging through here. Dumb idea is that we copy and paste the background, or just drag the background into Sunny's stuff and then say that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine. It would just be to use Google Translate to translate it to English, and that's like the one step that I would encourage. I'm thinking I'm gonna bring a separate version of this color art and bring it all the way out here, and then see, because now I have here, and thinking. Here's the main composite. Well, it's more so that, yeah, it's not like you can't speak Russian, but it's just like we would rather it be translated first, in a sense. That's more what we're asking. Yeah. So it's okay to speak Russian, but we would want it to be translated first. It didn't send it. I want to put it somewhere. I need a cutter. This here, and then get Sunny. We're gonna go. Put it in here. Like that. Whoa. Oh, it's the glow one. It shouldn't be because these are the blur ones. Swap them. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not good with cutters to know exactly what does what. is weird. I would want this, but now she's not. It's sort of working is the weird part. What does that look like? What does that look like before? Oh. She is being affected by the shape of it. If I put water rig, let's remove this. Let's undo this and try a different. Yeah, to do an automatic translation, that'd be perfect. Yeah. Might have to try this on my own because I'm so bad at Toon Boom cutters. But the point is that she'll be between layers. We could do that. We can have different layers, but no, because that'll still be, the window's still part of one asset. Unless I make another asset and then put it in ZDepth to then figure that out. Let's see. Let's get fun. Let's get fun. Let's put her here and then see if ZDepth can work. No, not really. Okay. So we need to play with the background instead and have the window and ZDepth go in front of her. And that can work. And then we just put some other shape and something on top. Zip, stop looking at me with your big ol' eyes. And then we can, because now she's inside of the window. Of course, you see her there at the top. So all we got to do is go back to Sunny, and then make her a little bit smaller. And then we gotta just play with the, we can like have a copy of the building. So might as like copy paste building drawing asset and add a new layer on top. This is like a reverse mask where you just do this in the dumbest way possible, maybe. Uh-oh. Maybe it won't work. Let's have, instead of being part of the same building, let's take this drawing and then we do Sunny cutter help. I'm sure there's a better solution, but the way that it was changing her colors is really messing me up. That's like, I'm gonna have to do 10 different types of other hoops to be able to get this to work. But we'll see. Gonna take this, get a draw in there, and then in ZDepth, nope, not rotate. Find a place where this works. And boom! It's the dumb ways that make it happen are the best. Okay. Dumb solutions are awesome. Okay, well... yeah. Put this back here. Cut that. So what we got is... Yay! Alright. And we cut the cutter help at the right moment. Beep. So it's not exposed at the right time there. There we go. Got it. Okay. No, that wasn't much animation this time. We didn't do much character animation, but I think this was just as important to be able to get, especially that whole scene, is worth it. Oh boy. Okay. I think we're good. For now. Yeah. We'll get Pip in here. Let me see what Pip looks like right now. I think she's pretty good, but I can explain what I want to fix about her. So let's save this. Swap files. Let's see, do I have her? Where would she be? I might have to actually open it from, instead of like the regular list. Then I got recent lists. Gotta open it from the Explorer. I guess it's sort of this. There you go. File managing. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot about that part. Well, here you go. Here's Pip. So I do have her. Pip pedals, but let's see what we got. So I got her. Yeah, she's getting there. So these are Toon Boom puppet styles that I wanted to figure out whether or not I can rig like a leg to add like a joint. So you can see how this works, where I can I grab the green square, and then within reason, I can just pull this square around, and it can move the joint around. So it'll be like an elbow joint, and so you can like kind of just get a better joint happening, and then move the whole kind of like hand thing. So it's basically making like an arm rig, where the whole arm can kind of rotate and kind of move around and be jelly. But it's very jelly-y, and it kind of breaks at some points. But this was a proof of concept to like try and get this kind of concept to work, which I watched like 10,000 tutorials to like trying to figure this out. And I got this much. This is another version of this. I think if we start to like move some of these bips around, it's supposed to be an IK kind of rotating around, kind of a kind of rig. I eventually realized that what I have already leg is that I have this, and it's like, oh wait, I have a deformer, and it's the deformer that controls like 3 different pieces. So I have like an upper arm, I guess shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, and hand. So this deformer actually controls multiple pieces. That's the curves. So you got the top deformer, top peg, and then the deformer, and the deformer connects between all different pieces and joints. So you got some different pieces there. So this was my original version, and it's just weird that I tried to figure out like a better solution, and it's like this actually works the best for me. And it's like, oh well, this works, and I like it the best. So I could just do this, and it's nice and curvy, and you get this kind of pose, and it's like nice and looky. So, oh well, I spent like good like a week or so trying to make these concepts and stuff, but yeah. Oh well, but I learned some stuff, and definitely learned that this is something that sort of can work. Trying to see what and also the rig layout is, because it needs much more pegs and stuff to actually make it work. Like you need different types of nodes, like two point constraints, knee limits, knee nail, these different helpers and uppers and hoof control that weren't part of the other one. And so it's like, this one's a little bit better. The one that I already have, I don't think it's connected. Then it's like Rocky Raccoon had a video and I was trying to figure out how Rocky did it. And it's like, this is more confusing. And it didn't work. So, or at least I tried to do it, but it's just like having to go through frame by frame one of the videos and like look at it and go, okay, this is what this one looks like, and then try to put it in the numbers. And I don't think it worked out. I don't even remember what this looked like. Oh, there it is. Here's an arm. So I'm trying to make like a shoulder, arm, arm control, and hand. And so I guess you get the arm control peg, and then what's supposed to happen is that it's supposed to look like an arm and have the shoulder joint at the top. You know, the green bit at the top is supposed to connect to the red part, but so I wasn't able to get this working, so I didn't try these other styles, and none of those really worked as well as I wanted it to. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with what I got, and all legs have it, and so they can all kind of jimmy around with this. So I'll just play with this and be happy. But otherwise, Pip's looking pretty good, and get all the different deformers and stuff. So she still has the original mouth designs, so I'll have to upgrade her to have the more complicated mouth Vizim design, and get her hair lined up. But her hair is actually just like a couple different pictures that also have deformers, so you can move these around by these points. Piece here. All these different pieces. This is a separate piece that also has a deformer. So let me see if I can select it all and see. Yeah, these are all the deformers, and every green point means that you can move it around. So there's a bunch of overlapping pieces, obviously, but they all kind of work together. You can see the other deformers I got. The Shadow as deformer. I've seen some reels, like some videos of professional Toon riggers. Like I even found one that had pony life rigging, and they went through and kind of just moved each like piece around, and it was really cool to see. But when I noticed that they have deformers on each around the profile of every asset. So like the leg might have like, you know, a point here on the edges and then goes around. And so it's like, I can see why you would want to do that, but I feel like at some point it's just like that's too much control. Maybe at the body here you might have like one that goes around and stuff, but all the way around. But I feel like it's simpler to just have, you know, what I really needed to do, you know, functionally wise, rather than being in complete control, I guess, of it. I guess if that makes sense. Something like this where you're just kind of like on each corner here, but they might have one in the middle, you know, or something. Or this one, like an eyebrow, might have it be point, while I just have it point, you know. But for my purposes, is like I want to be able to move this more organically like this, and then get these kind of expressions and see what that looks like. Just might have to play with that a little bit more to clean that up, but you get the point that it's a little bit more simpler to have less points than not. So you have too much control, then it's like it's a little bit more unwieldy. So yeah. Anyway, so I'll have to clean her up, get some better posing here. I think I want to move her hair like back a little bit, so it'll be like behind her tiara thing. But otherwise, yeah, that'll be the next step for the animation. Let's see. Thank you, Cookie. See ya. And I guess this is sort of part of toaster time, I guess, as well. But thank you. Let's go to real toaster time. My throat is really achy. Ow, it hurts. Oh boy. Yeah, but otherwise I've been doing pretty good. Work has been really good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just see that. Oh, okay. The Russian guy's leaving. Okay. Sorry, I missed that bit. I was just looking at the leg the whole time. Okay. Thank you then. Okay, cool. Okay, gotcha. Thanks for staying around, Cookie. I appreciate it. Yay. Oh boy. Where was I? Yeah, work has been pretty good. They're giving me stuff to do, and I like that. But again, a lot of stuff has been not marked as rush order, but they have it like, because every invoice has like a printed date of when they print out the invoice, and then when they have another date for when it's due, and then it's like 7 or 8 out of 10 times those invoices this week or so have been due within the week or less than a week, and they're not listed as rush orders, which means that we, have the customer pay whatever extra to have it delivered to them sooner than a week, because that's what I'm used to, is like 7 to 10 business days for every invoice. And so yeah, it's getting more hectic in that sense. That's like I have to be more on the ball and be present. So I've been going in every day. But yeah, I'm still having fun with it. But it's just those kind of instances that's like it gets a little annoying. And it's like, you really want this like in 2 days? Like, I mean, I am fast, but it's like, I understand that. That's like, yeah, if I have like, 1 or 2 things that need to be done within a day, then it's like I can definitely do that. But it's when it's like, oh, you have 10 to 15 things, or one of those things has like 50 different steps and items in it, that then it's like, uh-oh. I don't know if I can do that. Where I had one where they had a plaque which had like 30 or so individual perpetual plates, and so they wanted the plate itself had, each plate was like taped on to the plaque, and so they wanted it to be easier to take on and off. And so it was like, hey, can you remake this entire plaque that has 30 individual plates, just so we can have screws in them, so we can take them on and off easier, and so we can, do better perpetual plates in the future. And it's like, okay. Also, you have like until Monday practically for this Monday. So it was like Wednesday or Thursday, and like 5 minutes before I left, they were like, hey, do this. And it's like, uh-oh. So even though I had like, technically 1 invoice to do, that took like 3.5 hours to actually complete for each individual one. Because I had to like stand there and then make sure that the drill doesn't wobble enough, and like the plate doesn't fly out of control. So I have to like be there and present and be like, okay, hold it down for a ruler and make sure that it doesn't move. But I'm within inches of like this powerful drill that's like going around and engraving. So it's always fun doing all that. But yeah, it's yeah, I'm good. And then I took Friday, I worked for about half a day for about 4 hours. So got a slightly long weekend by doing that. But I worked really hard to get the zip model good, so we can have it today. So there you go. And I'll probably keep working on the movie assets and probably show some more secrets of that to patrons. Patreon.com/Yoshi Greenwater, link in the description. And yeah, thank you. Have I played any Nintendo Wii games? Yes. That's my. I think that was my first console that I actually got in line for on like release day. I was a day oneer on on the Wii console. Eventually it did start to like break down and had some memory problems, but we got to a shop and fixed it fairly well. But yeah, that was good. It's definitely like my childhood. I think it's probably I have the most vivid memories of playing Wii. I did have a GameCube, but I don't think I've really played that many games on it. Definitely for the Wii was like, let's get a whole bunch and like play all the fun like Mario parties and variety games. But yeah, Wii Sports is really fun. Yeah, I think my favorite is Wii Tennis. I think I just got really good at that and became a pro with that. Yeah, the other ones are okay. But yeah, I have a fairly, not a huge, substantial, collection, but like enough to like have a party with. But all the mainstays and all the first party ones, I have a bunch of those. I think almost every Mario game on there, and the Zeldas. I somehow have Metroid Prime 3, which I don't even remember really getting, because I think we rented Metroid Prime 3, but then somehow we eventually just bought it, and then I never played it after we bought it. Because with the rental, like GameFly, you can get it and then play it, and then if you want to buy the disc, then you can do that. So we did that. I don't think I remember actually getting farther than like the prologue or like the tutorial, so I never actually got too far into it. That's my problem, is that I usually get really excited about a game and play it for like a day or two, but then I might skip a day and then not play it, and then it's like I've never played it since then, So there's a whole bunch of games that I never actually finished just because of that. That's like I never I don't know if it's attention span or just not, just in my life, just regular day to day, not being able to find a time or, really remembering to play it every day. So then it's like it loses subconscious. That it's like, oh well, I didn't need to play for a day, so I'll just kind of subconsciously just kind of forget about it. Yeah. So we got to the very, very end of Twilight Princess. Like, we got to, like, the last Ganondorf fight, but I think because we hadn't played it in that session for a long time, we didn't, Dad and I, my dad was helping me out with that, but because we weren't playing it for, like, a long time, or we just forgot about the essential controls by that point. That's like for the last Ganondorf fight, I think with the horseback riding, which is like probably like the second to last part of the whole game. We got stuck in there for like hours, and it's like, well, what do we do? Like, we couldn't beat that part, so it was like, and so we kind of drew it in. It's like we didn't finish it, so we had a lot of fun with Twilight Princess, but playing that together. But yeah, just got a lot of stories like that where it's like, oh, I got so far, but then something happen where it just gets either too hard or just like unforgiving, and it's just like we just kind of trail off and then never go back. So I have a huge backlog of games like that. Golfing's fun. We play. Yes, I think there was We Play Motion, but I don't think I played that one because I was like, I have We Play. So that was enough for me. We Play was kind of like, I was getting kind of old, or like kind of like later into it, that's like, We Play came out so late into the Wii life cycle that's like, what's this doing here, like, there's not enough substance. Like, there's like 5 games, and it's like, these are really shallow type of games. That's like, it's not really. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, play them, you complete the whole game in like a half hour. It's like, okay. So, Yeah. Hello, Felicity. Yeah, I started late. I started about a half hour late. Because I had a family community event. Or a community event in my city, and then had to do that. So I was late by a half hour. So you're good at the start of torture time, so you're good. Good to see you. Oh, you plan to play 12 is the latest here. Oh, awesome. That'd be fun. Yeah, I didn't get the Wii U version. Just for the fact that history is going to repeat itself. That's like, I'm probably not going to finish it at that point either. But I did beat Wind Waker twice on GameCube and Wii U. So that was interesting. I just like persevered and like, I'm going to beat Wind Waker. It was like a weird, like, getting into really motivated, and it's like I'm gonna get 100% heart containers. I'm gonna try and do a couple different side missions, and then I was like I just spent like several hours on the Gandor fight, and I was like I can do this. I was like and I actually did. It's like, wow, I beat Wind Waker twice. Wow. So it's one of my favorite games. That's just in the fact that I actually can say like I beat it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was saying you later though. So I guess you want to chat. That's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by. Ow. My foot's asleep. Yeah. Let's see. Well, hope you guys have been doing good. I know that I was like super nervous for even. I was thinking of like canceling the stream because it's like, oh well, if I, you know, if the event goes on for too long, wouldn't people be like, oh no, I guess it's canceled, so I won't join even if it's, you know, an hour or so late. But I guess how do we doing? I don't even know how many people are watching right now. There we go. Okay, pretty good. So yeah, I super appreciate it. Yeah, that you guys are still here, especially I expected a lot of your regulars might come in, so if I appreciate that. So thank you guys. Let me hug you. Let me find the buttons to be able to do that. Thank you for doing this at a weird time. I know I'm super long, so I do expect you guys to kind of leave fairly soon. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. My throat is completely gone. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually talk for a little bit longer. So thank you, Rail Fan. We're gonna see you next Saturday. Yep, next Saturday. Stream says Saturday. I guess it was 12:30 or 3:30 today, but sorry. Yeah. Welcome. Thank you. Played Wii U Wind Waker. Sense of that being though. I got you. That's fine. Yeah, the Wii U definitely helped with, you know, all the faster sale and the Triforce fetch quest, which I didn't really mind in the first game. It wasn't like super long, so it was fine for me. I was like, okay, I'm not like, oh no, it's the water dungeon, you know, it's like levels of, oh, this is not fun anymore. I was like, it was fine in the first game. So but yeah, I think just trying to do a mission of like trying to get every heart container was enough to like get me through the final battle. But then thank you Felicity for coming and joining us. Thank you. Let's see. But yeah, I think I'll wrap it up now. I think we're just about on 2.5 hours now, so I think we're good. So I guess, let's see. For the future, I think we'll continue working on the animation. Now that we got a more solid plan of that one shot with the sisters, that should be good. And they can cook again. That was very helpful. I think we'll probably go back to where the animation practically stops. I guess we'll go back to that shot where Sunny is spinning around and flying around, and then she loses her alicorn. We'll go back to that shot and probably just go continue from there. I'll keep working on Pip, which I guess you can't see that right now. A fur puppet, and then keep working on the movie. But yeah, we're getting there. I'm glad that the sister shot is only one shot, so we don't have to make too many more adjustments. But yeah, that's good. We'll see where we go. I'm excited to keep working on it. So hope you guys are too, and we'll continue with it. Considering where we are, it might take, if we do these 2 hours every month, and if I do some work in between, it might take another month or more. Probably not too long. If it gets on for too long, I'll probably go ahead and just work on it a lot off stream, so you guys don't have to worry about it. But I don't think there's much more complexity. I think the Sunny flipping around is probably going to be most complex, save for the rescue shot, like the last shot. That would be super complex in Flash, and I'll probably explain and explain my gripes with how Flash works with its symbols compared to how Toon can have a Z depth. Because I'm thinking of having them have the sisters actually have their arms go intertwined above and below Sunny in her puppet and character. So that's, yeah, I'll have to explain more on that. But otherwise, I think we're good. Yeah. So then tune in for that, I guess. And thank you again. So yep, I'll wrap it up now. So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna go have lunch. So yeah, thank you guys. That's my throat. I don't like my throat doesn't like talking for very long. So okay, thank you guys. Thank you. All right, bye. Yay.